After a wreck, the bills start piling up fast. ER visits, ambulance rides, physical therapy appointments. And the question we get all the time in here is, who's gonna pay for all this? In this video, I'm breaking down how medical bills get handled after a car accident in South Carolina. So if you've got medical bills piling up and you're trying to figure out who's gonna pay for all this, the short answer is the at-fault insurance company. The problem is they're just not gonna do it along the way. And this is a very frustrating part of the process because potentially each visit has a bill associated with it. You have a copay or a deductible to meet. And along the way, you don't want to be paying for this stuff right out of your pocket if you're not at fault. And so what do you do with the bills that are accruing as you're going through this process? Well, unfortunately, you've got to pay for them out of your own pocket. So what do you do with these bills along the way? There's a few different ways to deal with these bills that are starting to pile up. The first is to look at your own car insurance. A lot of folks will have what's called PIP or MedPay coverage on their vehicle. And that is usually in the form of about $1,000 to $5,000, maybe even $10,000. And that money is there to help you pay your copays or help you meet your deductible. And so the first place I want you to look is to grab your own insurance policy and figure out, do you have MedPay or do you have PIP coverage on your policy? And the second thing that I want you to look at is your own health insurance. And a lot of people hate this. A lot of people hate the idea that, well, my health insurance isn't there. I shouldn't have to use my health insurance because this other person caused this pain in my life. The best way to kind of deal with these bills as they mount if you don't have PIP or MedPay coverage is to use your own health insurance. That way you may lower the cost that you have to pay at each visit, and it will also reduce the amount of money that you have to pay out of pocket at the very end of the case. The caveat of using your own health insurance is that at the end of your case, you are more than likely going to have to repay your health insurance for whatever money they paid for you. So it's a reimbursement for the medical bills they covered along the way. And so two things that you want to kind of document during that process is the money that you paid out of your own pocket, the copays you paid, the deductible that you had to pay, and that explanation of benefits that your health insurance company is going to give you. That's going to show you the stuff that they actually paid out of pocket, and those are the amounts you're going to have to pay back potentially at the very end of your case once you resolve your claim. Now if you don't have health insurance and you don't have PIP or MedPay coverage, or you can't afford your copays or your deductible, there is another avenue that should help you be able to pay for your medical bills. There are providers out there that will treat you on a lien or a letter of protection. What that lien or letter of protection says, it says, hey doc, I'm going to sign over some part of my settlement whenever it comes in to pay you for treating me. Chiropractors, physical therapists, orthopedic surgeons, even primary care physicians. There are a lot of folks out there that will treat you on these liens or letters of protection. And that is kind of the backstop that will allow folks to get the medical treatment they need going forward through their case, even if they can't afford it. So if you're hurt and not getting treatment because you're afraid you can't afford it, so these are some of the ways that we can help you pay for your treatment while we're working your case in the background.